Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Strong and Steady class. I'm Jen. Thank you for joining us. Let's start with our warm-ups. Let's extend our arms out from our sides. Turn your head side to side, relaxing through your neck and tops of shoulders, and then begin moving your arms in small circles. Relaxing through the chest, relaxing through the back, feeling your shoulder blades gliding around back there. We like them to move. Good. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Change directions. Good. All right, slow those arms down. Begin moving them in backstroke circles. Slowly, softly, opening up as widely as you can with intention. We want to open up our range and not really just be lazy and just, turn our arms, whip them around. We want to open up our range, reaching back as far as we can. Switch sides. All right, nicely done. Okay, now place your hands on your hips. Feet should be neutral, soft bend in the knees, belly button in, and start melting forward. Sternum through belly button toward the ground. Maintaining your back and it's neutral. Your focus is the hamstrings and glutes. Pressing your heel through the ground to rise. Good. Okay. And then finally, we're going to do some body weight squats. Okay. So cross the arms out in front or extend them, palms facing each other. Weight in your heels, belly button in, soft bend in the knees, and sink and press. All right. We're going to start talking about today's format. We're going to do a ladder format today from 60 seconds down 10 seconds at a time, all the way to 10, and then rising back up to 60. All right, so 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. All right, now with each rung of the ladder, we're going to do a different movement. And each ladder is going to be defined by the body area or the exercise type that we're going to perform. So we're going to start with our cardio. So we want to really get good blood flow going. And so 60 down to 10, pause, and then back up to 60. Will take us about 7 or 8 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to set my timer. Now, this doesn't really give us a lot of transition time because we're really going to work through each rung in the ladder and go into the next movement. So we're going to start with the high march, and then we're going to move into grapevine. So it's not just, we're going to step, 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 back. Step, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then we're going to do power skip. So with this one, it's not just a march. We're going to reach to the ceiling. Okay. And then we'll do a lateral shuffle. So again, lateral work, 2 steps, keeping our knees wide. And you can extend your arms out if you want, but focusing on pulling from your heels and activating your glutes. Then we have side kicks. So again, using the glutes, but also the obliques to get that leg up, stabilizing with the opposite leg. And then finally, we'll do front kicks for 10 seconds. Okay, so front kick out of our split stance. And for both of those, you can have your folding chair handy and incorporate that for your balance if necessary. All right, you ready? That's it. All right, so high march to start for 60 seconds. Let's go. All right. And this is definitely doable. All right. We're working from the balls of our feet. Our heels aren't coming down to the ground. Legs are springy. Yeah. Knees are coming up toward our belly button, or at least toward above the hinge, right? Up to the base of your pelvis. And those arms are pumping. All right. How are they pumping? Thumbs ear to hip, right? That's what Jen always says. Okay, your elbows are drawing back. Got it? Nice view. And I'm staying level as I march. All right, I got 10 more seconds. So I'm gonna give myself some space here. I'm gonna kind of mosey on over for my grapevine. All right, I'm gonna grapevine for 50 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. Front, back, front, back, front, back. Good. This is agility. Good. All the things that we need. It's not always just about heart rate. Agility, mental prowess, doing what we think we're doing with our body. Do I look like I think I look? Am I using the muscles I think I'm using? All right, 5 seconds. One more grapevine. All right, and then power skip. Reach. And this is contralateral opposites. Good. And this is just 40 seconds, right? And we're already at 20. Reach. Look at that single leg balance. Good. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 2 and 1. All right, lateral shuffle, lateral shuffle. 2, 1, 2. And I'm not standing straight up. I have my knees softly bent. So I'm getting a little bit of tension in my legs as I go. 30 seconds here. Good. All right, now side kicks for 20. Ready? Kick, 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 kick. Good, and switch, 10 seconds. You got it. And front kick. 1, 2, 3, and switch. Split stance. 1, 2, and 3. Well done. Okay. So there's no magic behind that 3. I figured it was just probably enough time to get 3 front kicks on both sides. Be about 10 seconds. We have about 20 seconds left for your gather your heart rate, get a quick drink if you need. Now we're starting at the bottom. So 10 seconds, we're back to our front kicks. I acknowledge I did not use my chair, okay? So I have my chair out front here now for my front kicks. All right, ready, steady, go. 1, 2, and 3. Let's switch. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, it's side kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, switch. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel those obliques working for you. 7 and 8. All right, chair out of the way. Lateral shuffle. Step, 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 and step, step. 30 seconds, lateral shuffle. Good. Use those glutes. Good. Like sliding through the swimming pool. 5 more seconds. All right, power skip. I said no transitions, right? We're just continuous moving. Good. Then with grapevines, and then high march. Good single leg balance. Imagine that you're stepping in the same footprint through, out. Almost there. 5, 2, and 1. All right, grapevine. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Front, back, front, back. Your pelvis might be moving a little bit. That's good. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can do this as fast as you can with your coordination level. You can imagine that you're out dancing. It's a nice one. Light on your feet. All right, you ready for high march? Let's get it. All right, nicely done. This is our cardio section, folks. And we finished it. Let's finish it strong. Relax through the neck and tops of shoulders. Let that stress and anxiety you didn't even know that you were carrying through that cardio just cascade off your shoulders. Pump those arms, get those knees up. Good, we're halfway done. All right, good work, 15 seconds. 5, 2, and time. All right, nicely done. I think through that entire pattern, we covered all our bases. Got our agility, got our heart rate up, got a wide variety of muscles energized and ready to go. Okay, now we're gonna move to the lower body portion, okay? Same format. All right, now, what do I need to get me ready? I'm gonna put my chair here, so when I turn to the side, I'm facing it. All right, and I'll do some from the side so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so for the 60-second, we're gonna do split stance hinges. All right, so we're very familiar with this one. And when we're in our split stance, we're dialed straight ahead, shoulders, hips, kneecaps, back heel is off the ground. See how much my knot is off the ground? If I try to press it to the ground, unless I have really good flexibility, a lot of times what happens is people turn so that back foot isn't pointed straight. All right, and then I get rotation right away, and I don't want rotation here, okay? All right, so get that back heel off the ground, halfway through a split. All right, then we have dumbbell step squats. All right, so why do we do that, Jen? It's because we want to always know where our good squat is, our good squat form. So we're going to step and squat. And I call this gathering, right? When you find your good form, you know what it feels like, right? Hopefully we're there with repetition. We know what our good split stance feels like. And we know what our good squat form, where our feet land on the earth, should feel like, okay? But we're gonna mix it up. I'm gonna step to the side. Oh, am I there? Yep, squat, okay? So step to the side, squat. Then dumbbells down, and we're gonna do step back burpees. So we're gonna go to our chair, reach down, step in and out and up, okay? All right, then, next one, over the big dog, otherwise known as over-overs, okay? Legs coming over and over, over and over. All right. Then we'll do calf raises. So we can use that chair for stability if we want to, but we're driving all the way up onto the balls of our feet, pausing up there and then coming down. And then the last one is sumo squat pulses. So toes out, heels in, externally rotated, and we'll go down and pulse for 10 seconds. Okay. All right. So that's our lower body workout. Okay. So reach for dumbbells. You need them really for the first 2 movements. All right, and then we can set them aside. All right, so split stance hinges. All right. You ready? Okay, find your good split stance and go. Hinge and press. And this is just 30 seconds of practice on each leg, right? Like that is our mindset when we're working on something that we're like, gosh, how am I going to do that for a minute without really getting tired? Just remember that our goal is to always use good form. So we're just practicing as many reps as we can. Let's switch legs with good form. So we don't have to do 1,000, but every single one that we do, we want to have that level of discipline. Perfect form, perfect exhale, using my core. Good. Last one right here, inhale and blow. Okay, now step squats, you ready? Step, squat, step, squat. Now don't let your legs be too close together so your knees collapse. And if you feel like, you know, Jen, this movement, I'm just not that great at it yet, stay in your stationary squat. Don't step to the side. All right. Because the big ideas are sometimes fun, but from a practical standpoint, we always want to practice our best form. All right, dumbbells down, step back burpees. All right, at the front of the chair, step back, high plank, in and up. Step back, in and up. Only got 40 seconds here. And 15 are already gone. Woo! And 20. Good. Step back, step in. Now, secret in here. Step back as far as you can, step in as far as you can. Last one. Good. And overs and overs. I had a good chuckle with a client about these overs are just stepping over the giant dog that's always in our way in our house. And that resonated with me because I too have the big dog that I'm stepping over all evening in the kitchen. And calf raises and up and up. Good. Now I'm not using the chair here. I'm just working on my balance. Good. And sumo squat pulses. Pulse. Heels in, toes out. 3, 2, and 1. All right, nicely done. Okay, 30 seconds of break. Get a drink if you need to. Recover if you need to. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. All right, we're starting up again in 10 seconds. All right, so I'm gonna get myself ready for my sumo squats, heels in, toes out. All right, I'm already into my external rotation and I'm gonna pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, calf raises up and down. Good, and I'm working through my feet all the way up. Hands on my hips. If I wanted to load, there we go. Now overs and overs. If I wanted to load for calf raises, I could add dumbbells into my arms. Over the big dog, over the big dog. I'm doing over the chair because it's right here in front of me. And that was my goal, to give myself a measuring stick. Whoa, and there I go. Took my eyes off the prize. I better get it up though. All right, because now we have step back burpees. Okay, ready. I was just the example of what we don't want to do. Why we do that over and overs, right? We want to be strong so we don't catch our toe. Good, stay with it. All right, let's reach for our dumbbells. Now we have our squats. All right, suitcase carry, ready. Squat, step, and squat, step. Good. On the move. Into your heels. Oh yeah, I'm on the move. Into my heels. Stay with it. Good, you have 20 seconds left. Good practice. All right, excellent, split stance, hinge, ready? There we go. And practice, knee, align with that big toe. Keep those shoulders, shoulder blades pinch back. Give me one more and we'll switch sides. All right, good work. And melt. Use a breath work. Exhale before you press up, activating your core. Good. One more heavy heel. All right, good work. And there's your timer. All right, nicely done. Hopefully your lower body is feeling it. It's feeling warm. It's feeling maybe a little fatigued, like you've done something. That's ideal. Okay, then we'll get ready for our upper body work. Okay, what's going on here? Upright front back swing. So we're going to pretend that we're the Bionic Man, really slow arm pumps using our shoulders, right? And we're going to put dumbbells in our hands. I forgot to mention that. All right. Then we're going to get into our split stance and do a row to tricep kickback. Okay. And just remember which leg you stayed on for this first round, and we'll switch. Then we have alternating bicep curls, and then front raise to press. Good, and then we do it a little bit more, press out twists, right? Activating through our obliques to turn that stuck steering wheel. And then finally, lateral raise. Okay, you got it? No worries, they're gonna be great. Okay. Set the timer. Okay, now let's see. Jen, can I do most of these sitting? Yes, you can. Okay, so I'll probably choose to do them standing, but if you prefer to do any or all of them seated, do so. Remember, on your sit bones, vertical, neutral spine. Okay. All right. All right, get those dumbbells in your hands. All right, and these are slow arm pumps, front back swings, not rapid, because it's not just about the swing, it's about the hold. Okay, dumbbells, ready, soft bend in the knees, and go. So we're doing this for a minute. So this is shoulders and core and back. Good. So these dumbbells are creating some resistance, just like it might if you were going through a swimming pool, right? And you're trying to pump your arms through a swimming pool, you're going to meet resistance. So this is giving us that similar resistance. Seems easy at first, but over time, we start to feel it. Try to keep it out of your neck. Stay relaxed through your neck and tops of shoulders if you can. Good. 5, 3. All right, split stance row to kickback. Let's go. Row and kick for 50 seconds. Pull elbows to rib cage. Kick back, hold, and down. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight. You're almost there. Good work. We got 30 seconds down. And 40. Wrong direction with your counting, Jen. 3 and 1. All right, alternating bicep curls. Let's get it. Look at all this hinging. Hinge and hinge with control. Contract and lengthen. Contract and lengthen. Keep the elbows glued to the rib cage. No excessive movement in the shoulder. Good. 10 more seconds. Good, and front raise, and I'm gonna do a shoulder press and down, because I just realized, and down, that we don't have any shoulder presses. On the rack, extend, and down with control. Good. And down. Okay, single dumbbell. Press out, twist, twist, and twist. Twist and twist. Remember, this is the difficult steering wheel. You got to get your core into it. All right. Dumbbells. Lateral raise. 2, 3, give me one more, and 4. All right. Okay, I used up a little bit of our time. All right, let's take those arms out. We have about 25 seconds, about 20 now, and we'll work our way back up the ladder. All right, we're starting with lateral raises, okay? So in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2, 3, 4, give me one more, and 5. All right, press out, twist and twist, twist and twist, in and out, twist and twist, twist and twist. Last one, twist and twist. All right, reach for that second dumbbell, front raise to the dumbbell, to the rack, Shoulder press and out. Raise, rack, press. Raise, rack, press, rack, out. Rack, press, rack, out. You got it. Last one. And alternating bicep curl. Good. Then we have split stance, row to kickback. I'm going to switch my legs. If I remember which one I had forward, I think I do. Right, with control. I like this hammer curl. It helps us think about keeping our elbow still and still. So we're just bending at the elbow, nowhere else to go. Good. Okay, good. Find your split stance. Ready? Row to kickback. Row to kickback. Row and kick. Row and kick. Row and kick. Good. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And use those exhales. Pull the elbows straight and bend and straight. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Good. Almost done. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Upright front back swing. Running through the pool. Good. Just a minute here. May not feel as free-spirited as it did the first time around. Keep your elbows to your ribs. Just think about them as arm pumps through the water, through the swimming pool, through the cake batter. It's getting thicker. Through the cookie batter. Good, you got it. Ten seconds. Two and 1. Woo! All right, nicely done. Dumbbells down. All right, get a drink and we'll make our way down to the mat. All right, here I go. Place the palm down, sink into my half kneel, double, and then find your place on the ground, just like a puppy dog or a kitty cat where you want to be. Go in circles a little bit. Okay, I'm on my right hip. I'm going to go down onto my right elbow. All right, I'm going to use my left hand to help me get down onto my right shoulder and then roll my way onto my back. Good, and spend just a moment here wiggling around just a little bit to find your comfortable imprint. Okay, that is pretty key, all right, to visualize your imprint. Right, am I too tight between my shoulder blades? All right, how am I doing in the tops of my shoulders? In my chest? All right, once you found your imprint, recognize for yourself what yours should feel like, right? Are you allowing for or supporting, if necessary, your cervical spine? Okay. What about your lumbar spine? That gentle curvature that should be happening down there, ideally. Okay. Preserve and protect. All right. Knees to the ceiling, legs held in parallel, feet to the ground, palms at my side. First, recognize breath in through my nose and exhale out my mouth. Into my chest, out of my belly. Long and deep. Okay, now let's start going, covering our body setup basics, okay? As we exhale, begin pulling from your pelvic floor. Feel it rising up to meet your transverse, your deepest layer of abdominal muscle on the anterior side, as it sinks to wrap around your spine. Exhale, pelvic floor transverse. All right, then finally, as you go through your pelvic floor and transverse, acknowledge that I'm closing my rib cage as well. I'm using my intercostal muscles, those muscles lining the inside of my rib cage. You know, maybe a focal point for you is your serratus anterior and posterior, where you feel like you're closing your rib cage from the outside. You got that good body set up, and recognize, am I still allowing that space to exist in my lumbar spine, in my imprint? All right, excellent. Let's go deeper, even deeper. As you exhale, go deeply into your pelvic floor and transverse and begin pulling your pelvis without pressing your feet through the ground. Good. A really nifty trick, if you had this at home, is to set your legs up on a coffee table and let them go totally dead. All right. And then try this. Like, so your legs, it's fun to pretend that your legs don't exist there. And then how much headway can I make? Can I tilt my pelvis? Can I peel my tailbone off of the ground? As a result, my low back goes into the mat and my belly scoops out. But the real driver of it is my pelvic floor and transverse pulling. And I release that as I inhale. And activate as I exhale. And I'm going to pull my pelvis up again. Good. Okay, now, same positioning, but now I'm going to let my legs fall. Both legs, timber, fall to the right. And that's really just a relaxing place to be here. You want your legs to go as dead as you can and enjoy that stretch that you might be experiencing along. My legs went to the right and I can feel it along the left side. And I'm trying to release my inner thighs and the backs of my knees. And then I'm going to inhale deeply into my nose, into my chest, and exhale into my body setup. And even though my pelvis, the left side, is pulled up off the ground, I still want to be able to say, yes, I can still breathe into my body setup, wrap my transverse. But I don't want to hang out here too long. I want to pull my knees back up. All right, so I'm going to use my left side muscle tissue. Lats and obliques are going to pull it up, but I am going to stabilize and flatten my transverse first. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Flatten the transverse, and then left side pulls the pelvis back to the ground. Right, that's your target. Pull the pelvis and the legs will follow. All right, let's let everything fall to the left now. So get that stretch through the right side of the pelvis, peeled up off the mat. Ooh, I get this nice stretch in my low back, maybe in my rib cage. Spend a moment letting your legs release. Try and eliminate that tension. And then when you're ready, go to your body setup breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth, activating the transverse, pelvic floor, rib cage. And then that right side's going to be so powerful. It's going to pull your pelvis back to the ground. Ready? Inhale through the nose. Exhale, transverse wraps, right side pulls. Good, and pelvis comes back. Okay, let's try it one more time on each side. Lengthen as the legs fall, pulling the left side of the pelvis off the ground. In through the nose, out through the mouth, wrapping the transverse. Inhale again, and as you exhale, not just the transverse in the body setup, but the left lat to oblique pulls the pelvis back. All right, and slide, glide over to the left. Breath into the chest through the nose. Exhale out the mouth, transverse wraps. Good, and on the next. Exhale, transverse right lat to oblique drags the pelvis. Good, okay. Now, we're gonna roll over onto our bellies. And I think this is new, and we're gonna try this. It's the same thing that we've been doing, but we're gonna put ourselves under a little bit more tension, okay? All right, so we're gonna roll over onto our bellies and we're gonna be on our elbows, okay? And we're gonna get into a low plank, okay? So before you get there, let me just explain what we're doing. So we're gonna extend back into our low plank, and then we're gonna let our pelvis twist to the side. And then use that opposite side to drag it back up to neutral. Okay, roll it from side to side and drag it back up. Okay, so Jen, that's not comfortable. How do I modify? So you can get to a kneeling plank and do the same thing. So just try and lengthen your body, but allow your knees to go on the ground. Okay, so instead of being up, allow the knees, but try to stay neutral in your spine, and the elbows should still be under your armpits. All right, so here I am, and remember, the first things first, let the pelvis go. I'm gonna let it go off to the right, lengthening through the left side. Okay, and then exhale and activate through the left side to drag it up. Let it fall off to the left. Exhale, pull from the right to bring it back. So imagine that there's headlights on the front of your pelvis, shifting to the right, pull from the left, shifting to the left, transverse wraps, exhale, pull from the right. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and lower back down to the mat. All right. Okay, now extend your legs. Bring your arms down to your sides. And I know my head is turned towards you so I can speak, but ideally you are face down, okay? So from here, If you want to have a pillow to support your forehead so you're not smashing your snoot into the ground, that would be a nice thing to do, or a towel. I'm just going to turn my head to the side because I want our arms to the side, okay? And we're going to start with our belly work, all right? So as you begin here, relax, okay? We're melting into the ground. We're visualizing our imprint. Inhale through the nose, and hopefully you're feeling your chest press into the mat as you inhale because our chest is expanding. And as you exhale, that belly's becoming a shallow bowl, but we're not rounding and separating our shoulder blades and hunching. We're just lifting our belly button up toward our spine, creating a little bowl under there where a blueberry might live, well, or at least be. Inhale and exhale, because that transverse has to lift up toward the ceiling now to get to your spine. Good. All right. Exhale, pelvic floor, transverse rib cage. Excellent. So now let's start with our upper back. Okay, so as we exhale, we're going to go through our body setup, but then our shoulder blades and backs of shoulders are going to begin to peel our upper arms off of the ground, squeezing together. And as we inhale, they'll roll back forward and reset. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, pull from the back of shoulders, dragging those front of arms, front of shoulders all the way off the mat. Good. Okay. Yeah, I've been letting my hands stay on the ground, but you can activate through your triceps and float your entire arm off the ground. So you can peel those hands up and off, and then inhale, let them come back down. But that's adding on to everything, right? So you're exhaling, transverses wrapping, pelvic floor lifting, backs of shoulders and shoulder blades squeezing to pull the upper shoulders and top of arms back. And then your triceps are going to activate and pull the rest of the arm off the ground. Good. And we sometimes call this, folding our wings back like we're an airplane. Exhale. Good. And now the hardest part, because so far I think we've been doing a good job of isolating, just focusing on our body parts that we've named. But now we're going to try and float our head. And I want you to try and float your head without driving a ton of tension below the waist, if you can. Okay. Inhale through the nose into the chest, exhale into your body, set up and float the wings. And just float your head just an inch above the ground. And back down. Now, we want to be able to continue that again without a lot of tension below the waist. So as we continue that, what do I mean? I mean, float the head more and more off the ground so that you feel maybe I'm peeling the top of my chest off the ground as well. But I don't want to drive my quads and press my knees into the ground and squeeze my glutes. I want to do this with as little of that nonsense as I can. Okay, so inhale through the nose. Exhale, body set up, backs to shoulders, float the hands, triceps, float the head. And back down. Good. Repeat this just a couple of times, going through your physical checklist of the muscle groups that you feel. Good. One more. Now, as you float the head, we're not going to crane and look ahead, okay? The head's just going to get floated higher away from the ground, but your gaze is still going to be at the ground, okay? We want to maintain that cervical neutral as much as we can. Good. And float back down to the ground. Nicely done. Okay. All right, let's roll ourselves back onto our side. Okay, so now I'm on my right side and I'm rolled here a little bit in the fetal position. Okay, I want to straighten my legs just a little bit, and I'm going to reach with my top hand, which happens to be my left. I'm going to reach out for my left leg, and I'm going to let my left leg go quiet and extend down toward my right knee. So my knees are hopefully together, and really go through this checklist. Have I released my quad? Have I released my hamstring? There I go. I finally released my hamstring. Even though I was saying it and I was thinking it to you, I didn't do it. It was still like, hello, I'm going to grip. Hamstrings are tricky guys. They just want to stay part of the action. So be mindful, try and release. Okay, release that leg now. Draw your knees up towards your chest. Bring your palms together in front of your chest. And then that top hand, which happens to be my left, I'm going to raise up over my chest so it's pointed at the ceiling, and I'm going to open my torso like a book. There we go. Here, we're in this position that we love. This is great. My legs are to the right, and I'm going to take my gaze to the left. And where we want to be when we're open like a book here, you know this, but it bears repeating. My left shoulder blade, I want it to melt down to the mat. And if you think you can get there, spend time here, spend a minute releasing and relaxing, not straining, but just releasing, softening, lengthening. Okay, and then we're going to fold the book closed. Okay, and then we'll roll over onto the other side, and I'm going to roll over to face you. Okay, so we're starting with the quad stretch, right? Okay, so now my right hand's going to reach for my right ankle. Allow my knees to fall together. Give myself a minute for all of the unnecessary clenching to go away. And allow my quad to get a good stretch. Hamstring, chill. All right, release that right ankle. Draw your knees up so you're in the fetal position. So they're about up to your belly button, not quite. All right, arms extend out from the chest, palms together. All right, and then open like a book. Right finger reaches for the ceiling and continues to open, extending as far away from my left as I can. All right, okay, now I'm going to take my gaze over toward my hand that I just opened. Relaxing, releasing, lengthening, softening, all these cue words to help you ease into the stretch and allow that right shoulder blade to melt its way down to the ground. Good. One more nice breath. And then we'll bring our arms back over together. So I folded my book closed. I'm gonna use that top arm and my elbow to help push me back up into upright position. All right, great class today, guys. Thanks for joining me. Just a reminder, there's no class on Tuesday next week. But you can find all of our classes on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com and search on our channel, Coco Denver, and then you'll find the playlist Strong and Steady. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.